Alright, welcome back to Scott Traders Hub. Good morning everyone. Yeah, good morning. Welcome back to Scott Traders Hub. I hope you're having a good time. It is a Tuesday, and it is Wednesday, and of course the 2nd of July. Happy new month. I believe you're having a blast wherever you are. Those who attended yesterday's session, analysis session, I believe you had a great time. We looked at some signals. Yes, the market is slow. I don't know if it is the beginning of the second year making it slow. I don't know, but second half of this year. But what I know is the market has been slow. A few of the assets, the ones we saw just having some movement, gold and probably J25 or so. There was not that big movements, but yeah, we're going to look at them today and see how we can make something out of them. Yeah, otherwise, welcome. Share the stream link. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up as we get started. And as usual, you know how we start this. If you've been with us for the past 175 episodes, you know how we do this. We always start with a prayer, so let's pray and get started. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for the 2nd of July that we've started today. We give you praise for it. Thank you that we are at the halfway of this year, Lord, 2025. We know that you're going to do even bigger things in this half of the year, Lord. Thank you for the signals that you're giving us today. Thank you for the great insights that you're going to show unto us that we can take advantage of and be able to make profits today and throughout this remaining months of the year and throughout this whole month. We give you praise for this. We say thank you for the profits that we're making. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so as usual, we start with Crash 500. So let's get into it and make this money, and let's look for this money together. All right, Crash 500. So yesterday we knew that it was, of course, the market was slow. We wanted price to come all the way here and then come in with buys. Of course, this happened late night. Price came to this level late night, and as you can see, it immediately went into the buys. It immediately went into the buys, and I just found it just this morning. I just found it there, and I quickly made my entry, but I know I'm going to add another entry. This was the analysis: price to come again here, and then we enter buys to take us all the way there. So my anticipation is price to continue and break this level. Once it breaks that level, then it gives us another pullback, then we get into a better entry is going to be there. But I'm looking for quicker profits now, as I know the market is very slow. So I wanted to tap into the profits earlier. So that's the reason why I've entered earlier, right about here. But from what I see, there's going to be another entry. There's going to be another entry when it reacts to that fair value gap. So all we need now is price to at least come around there, and then I'll be looking at my second entry for the buys. Yeah, so as we speak, I'm in some floating losses. Yeah, as I speak, I'm in some floating losses. My stop loss is way below here. So if it comes all the way here, then it's gonna take me out. But I believe we are not likely to see it come all the way there. So all I need is price to react to this fair value gap, which is according to H1, and then that will be pushing us into the buys. So I need price to react to this fair value gap. Then I can enter, I can make another entry. All right, I think that's basically it. I will still look at it before we finish and look at how to make another entry and grab some more. So I will have two entries on this. On this asset today. All right, let's now head over to Boom 1000 for we check what happened, because we were supposed to enter Boom 1000, but it never gave us an entry. So like I told you, market was a bit slow. So let's look at Boom 1000. So yesterday, this is H1, this is H4. So we wanted, this was yesterday, we knew that price was going to continue and even give us that. So we wanted, when it reaches at least there, we get a retest. The retest happened this morning. That is where the retest was, and it didn't even go all the way back down. I wanted it to come at least to some of this fair value gap. It did not come, but all we needed was a retest still. So that retest came through this morning, and where we are currently, there is some sort of a resistance right about there. Is it going to break that? This should be a weak resistance. It is likely to break it and continue with the buys. So as for now, I don't see us entering it because we missed this. This was supposed to be the other entry when it reacted to this level right here, when it reacted to that level. So we can delete this now, and we look at that. When it reacted to that, that was another level that was supposed to be giving us an entry. That happened this morning. This one right here happened this morning. So let's see, what time was it? Around 7 p.m. around 7 a.m. I mean, yeah, around 7. If you're in the market around 7, this was supposed to be an entry for us. But where we are currently, we can now try to anticipate. Now, since the market has so far gone ahead and done this, because looking at H1, this becomes a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now it's looking for a new higher high. So we know that after that, price is going to come and look for some liquidity that was left back, probably according to H4, or it can easily come all the way back to an order block where this momentum started from, an order block like this. So if price decides to come all the way back to this order block, you can see now it has broken out. So I told you this is a weak resistance. If price decides to come all the way back here, that would be a better entry. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just comes to 50%. I mean, it just comes to a certain retracement level on a fib. Sometimes it just comes for something like that on the fib. But now this candle has not yet closed. It's going to close within 14 minutes, and then we see if we are going to continue with the buys or we are going to see some retest. Now, like I've said, this retest can easily look for that, or look for this, fair value gap right there. So we have to understand that when we are coming into this market of boom 1000, we have to know that these are levels where price can easily come back to. This is a fair value gap on H4, then this is a valid order block on H1, but still we can still use that even for the H4 one. So it doesn't mean that if it reacts here and it gives you an entry you fail to enter, that would be the valid order block of H4, but I'm looking for the one on H1 right here. All right, enough of boom 1000. Let's now head over to let's now head over to boom 500. So what is about, well, what are we seeing on boom 500? What did we actually talk about yesterday? So yesterday, oh yes, I remember we made money here. This was the move. So let me go to M15. Let me show you this. So we knew that price was in a consolidation, and of course before we never had this. This was not around, so I made this later in the day, but at first we had only these two. So I had told you it's going to likely give us a fake breakout right here. I had my limit orders right here. It failed to activate them. Immediately when it reached that level, immediately it went into buys. So I was looking for that kind of a buy. So I made my entry, I think late around here. Let me see. Yeah, I made my entries late when it reacted again right here, when it tried to give us a retracement. So I made my entries right here. So it tried to go back, but it had already reacted to this level, so it couldn't. So I made that profit. Once it came around here and started to that trend line, I decided to play around. I quickly closed my entries and moved out. But the sniper entry was supposed to be right here, just like I had told you. You can see this was the analysis right there. So now I can easily delete all that and move out. I hope you guys made that money. and yesterday was not in vain. Yeah, so right about now I want to see what market is showing me, so I need to delete everything right here. This conference level, we can maintain it, can we? No, I can delete it. Actually, I don't need it. I want to see why price is reacting to this. So I see an order block right there. That is the reason why price is reacting to that. So that is our support area. All right, so we have a support on M15. Go to H1. I want to delete that because it was not respected. Delete that, delete that. And now I want to see what is happening on H4. So H4 has gone all the way back to that resistance right there. It has gone all the way back to that resistance, and you can see the price rejection there. Remember, we are looking for sales. The general trend is a sell. That's why you see we are seeing a lot of rejection. We want sales to come right here. This is where we need sales to come to. Yeah, so for now I have to delete this right here, maintain this. Is it on H1? I think so. So maintain that on H1. Yeah, maintain that on H1, then go back to H4. So I want price to come and probably break this and then continue with sales to reach this other level. So can we see that? Are we going to see that? We have to wait and see if we probably see an increase in the momentum. So as of now, according to M15, we are oversold. We need buys according to M15. According to H1, we need sales. We need buys still. Okay. According to H4 also we need buys. Weird, but it is happening. So I can now extend this trend line all the way up there. I can now extend that trend line all the way up there, and that tells us that we are still going to see weird moves of buys. So no business with this. You can't trade something like this. You can't trade it. If I go to M5, probably you can. If you get an entry on M5, it means you're going to be scalping it. You're going to be scalping it and looking for probably highs there. Looking for probably those highs, and you take your profits. But M5 is likely to give you an entry. Is likely to give you an entry right about there on that order block, and then you continue with the buys. So for now, I have no business with this. I will wait for that. If I get an entry on M5, probably I can enter short buys, because I've seen on M15 we still need buys. H1 we need buys. H4 we need buys. According to daily time frame, still we need buys. But then the structure we have on H4 says we should be looking for sales to come around here before we can come in with buys. So we're still waiting, but we can't overlook what we've seen on H1 and M15 and actually even M5. So for now, we have no business with this asset. We wait. V25S, volatility 25S, volatility 25 1S. Okay, so this asset right here, yesterday we made a lot of money. In fact, for this asset we made a lot of money, and I think it's not on this account, it is on the other account. Yeah, it hit TP yesterday, the TP that I had put here. Yeah, on that account it came and hit TP. It's not on this account. So now we need that retest around that level. We are probably there, but it may not even reach there according to what we are seeing. But if it can, because that is fair value gap, meaning the liquidity left back, so if it can and grab that liquidity probably with a week, and then it pushes us back into sales, the better. So that's what we'll be anticipating. So we need that. So this move is already done. We saw that yesterday. So we need now that, and then we can enter some sales. H1, yes, the buy is on, but with low momentum, same as M15. The buy is on, but with low momentum. Now look at this. This is a heads and shoulder. That is a heads and shoulder pattern right there. That is a heads and shoulder that has been given to us right about there. So you know that price is going to first look for this kind of a TP right about there. So you need to take your TP around that level and move out. You can see there. So it's gonna come there. Can we enter buys now? Because we know it's going to buy either way to reach there. So can we enter? Let's first go to M5. M5 is not ready to give us entries, but there is some pullback, there is some resistance going on right about there according to M5. So if you enter right here, then you are likely to put your stop loss all the way down here. You're likely to put your stop loss all the way down here. According to M5, price is below a 10 MA. According to M15 and M5, price is below a 10 MA. According to H1, price is above our 10 MA, but exactly on the line. So I would wait right now and wait for the next H4 to start. Probably we may see something that we can take advantage of. But as of now, we have no business with this asset until probably, let me see on M5. M5, it is likely to come where I don't see. Okay, I've seen something here. This kind of a level right there. It's likely to come there or all the way back to this level right here. All the way back to this level right there. So we have to wait. Oh no. Wait. From what we see, this is just going to look for the previous conference area, and it's likely to be this. There's this one here, there's that one there. So it's just going to give you a fake breakout, and then it's going to come with the buys. It's going to come with the buys like that. After reaching the conference area. So we have to be ready for it. That is what is coming. So it is giving us a fake breakout. We knowing that. It's going to give us a fake breakout, and then we come in with buys. Yeah, that is for sure. So go to M15, look at the conference area, and that will be that level, at least here, at least around that level right there, within here. It's gonna come around there or even here. So whatever comes first, you know that, and it gives you a signal, then you know that you will be entering buys. But be assured that we are coming in with buys without a doubt. Without any doubt. Let me first have this. Let me leave it here just in case. Just have it right there. Yeah, just have it right there. So and you can see it has so far reached this level. we go to M1 and minimize this. Look at what has happened on the M1. M1, it has come to that. It has to come to this level. It has to come to this level. So we need it to come from here. And then we can enter buys. Yeah. So for now, we leave this asset. We wait. Before we finish, we should have gotten an entry. Before we finish today's analysis, we should have gotten an entry to make this buy money. All right, V75, volatility 75. Now, like I started telling you that yesterday we had a low momentum, and it's clearly even visible on V75. For the past 2 days, they've been slow. Yeah, we saw that, but we needed a pullback to this fair value gap, and we saw it today morning. Yeah, it reached today morning. I told you we don't have any entry until price reacts to this fair value gap, which is an H4 fair value gap, and now we know it has now reacted to it. So we need price to be above our 10 MA on H1. It is M15. It is also above our 10 MA. So what is holding us not to enter? It's only momentum that is holding us. It's only momentum, and this week resistance right here. So it's only momentum that is holding us. All right. If you have a big account, you can easily enter and put your stop loss right below this fair value gap, or you just be patient like me. Yeah, H4 price is still below our 10 MA, and we had this order block that we wanted price, we were anticipating price to first come back to, but it had not reached that level, which is a daily fair value gap, so that it can come back here, then we get into buys. So it means we are so far looking for buys. So we are still looking for buys, not sells. The new H4 has started, so let it look for the week, then we can come in with the buy entry. Let it look for the week, then we can come in with a buy entry. This resistance here on M15, it may be a weak one. Entering here, entering here. No, don't force anything. So wait for this price to break this level. Wait for this price to break. Yes, it may be too late, but this is some resistance on M15, and you don't want to be to enter now and then price comes all the way back here. You don't want that. Yes, this is a bit of a weak resistance, but you're not a market mover, so you don't know how much is probably right here that price can come and look for. These guys, they are the ones with that kind of data. They already know how much money is all the way here. They can still push price all the way here, or break that level and continue with the buy. So please hold. You won't lose anything in holding. You may missing a trade is not the same as losing a trade, so you need to understand that. So this, I have no business with it. I'm not going to trade it for now. Jump 50. Let's go to jump 50 and we understand what is happening. I hope my sound is clear. Please let me know if there is any issues with my sound so that I can sort it out. I forgot to ask you earlier, but help me understand that so that we don't have weird sound in this. So jump 50. All right. yeah, yesterday we needed price to come to this fair value gap on H4. It hasn't reached yet. So up to now, I have no business with this. I cannot trade it. So I need it to reach this level because that is where liquidity is. So until then, no business with this asset. No business with this asset. In as much as it's trying to show us some buys, this is going to be a flag. And like I told you, this flag is going to push us right there. So for now, we need price to come back here. So that can tell us that we can enter sales where we are. We can enter sales where we are. Yeah, I'm actually going to be looking for sales on this H4. On this H4, I'm actually going to be looking for sales even though I see prices below is above my 10 MA, but H1 and M15, they are both overbought. They are both overbought. So what do I do now? Do I enter now? I can easily enter now, but that means I will put my stop loss where? That means I'll put my stop loss. I'll put probably my stop loss around here, around that level right there. If I enter from there, that means I'll put my stop loss around there. So what is holding me? That's gonna be quite some big stop loss. We first see that did a pullback, then later continued with the sell. So no, I'm entering now. I'm gonna enter now with a sell. I've entered a sell. I've entered a sell there, and I'm going to put my stop loss right about there, and I'll be looking for profits right here. Right here. That's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for something like that to come around that level, and then I will call it. If it gives it to me, better. I will be the happiest right there. So for now, this is a flag. It hasn't reached the level I wanted. I wanted to grab liquidity within here. Yes, price is above our 10 MA on H1. It is also above our 10 MA on M15, but they are both oversold, overbought. I mean, on H4 is above our 10 MA, but I need another pullback. We need to grab this liquidity here, this fair value gap. But wait. Before you enter, if you haven't entered, please don't enter now. Why? Why am I saying this? It left another liquidity here. It gave us another fair value gap there, and it grabbed that one there. Was it the one matching with Fib? Let's see. If it was one matching with Fib, then we cannot. No, it was not matching with Fib. So that means we still have a short. We still have a short for price to come here, to come for this. We have a short for price to come back for this. So yeah, I'm going to take my risk there. I'm going to take my risk for price to come back for this kind of a level right here. So far means some floating losses. Let's wait and see. Remember, this is jump. It can easily jump and immediately takes me out, or it can jump into profit. So I'm taking my risk since I know that the level that it reacted to is not one of the retracement level that I was looking for in discount. So I need this retracement to be touched in discount. That's what I need. That's what I'm looking for. This fair value gap right here is the one that is in discount. So I will wait for that. If it happens, the better. But remember, this is a flag, so it may not continue. I mean, it may not come for this. Since it is a flag, it may continue with the buys. So I'll gladly take that loss and call it a loss. Yeah, for now, my sells are locked in. My sells are locked in. Jump 25. Now, looking at jump 25, let's work this out to see. J25, you are still also consolidating. Looking at what we see, we wanted this move. I mean, we knew this is what is going to happen, but after when it has touched this trend line again in that consolidation, so now we can take this out, take this out, take that out. We don't need any of that anymore, so delete. We need this move. This is where price is going, we know that, so we can delete this too. Now where we are, we need buys according to H1, according to H4, according to M15. Not according to M15, but we see that M15 has grabbed liquidity on that fair value gap. So I believe even according to M15, we are starting the buys. So let's wait for a clean entry, probably on M15 or M5, then we can make the buy. The buy is coming, so this has to give us some money. I hope the momentum is going to increase today. I hope it is going to increase. We need to just keep waiting for the buys today. So the buys are going to come. I believe we are going to enter buys. Now it has jumped right about there, and price has now gone above our 10 MA, which is a good thing. So all we need is to get a confirmation for us to make that entry. We have no entry yet. Yes, this was supposed to be our sniper entry. Why? Because this is a break of structure right here, and price has reacted to that fair value gap, which was liquidity, and now the buys have started. But then price being below our 10 MA, it was below our 10 MA, we couldn't just enter, we needed to wait. So now that it has gone below our 10 MA, what is going to happen is it's going to look for something like that, and then on M5 it tries to come back again, and then it gives us an entry probably around this level or on this level. So that's how we are going to make our entry from on M5. That's how we're going to make our entry on M5. So for now, I have no business with this. I have to wait. J10. Let's go to J10. So if you missed yesterday's analysis, you can go ahead and look for episode 177, I believe so. Yeah, episode 175. You can go ahead and look for episode 175 and be able to understand why we are saying what we're saying, because we had already analyzed it. We've been following it where we are currently. So J10. We wanted price to get back there. We wanted first price to come here and then go back and then give us an entry, but all that later changed when the trend line level changed. So we can now delete this, that what we needed here has happened there, pull back, then entry. So this is happening currently. So you can delete these two. Now this is H1, which means, oh, it's not yet overbought. So it is consolidating within this range here, within here, it is consolidating within there and here. So it is like a horizontal channel right there. That's what we are seeing. So it's consolidating within there. But all we know that is at the end of the day, or probably at some point, we are going to come in with sales to break that level and continue with sales. Why are we not selling currently? Why can't we enter sales now? Because we don't have a clean signal for that. Unless if price now breaks this level, unless price breaks that level and comes here, and then we see some retest, then we can enter. But until then, we have no business with this. So if we don't see any pullback, if you don't see any breakout and then pullback, we can't enter this. Yeah. So that is J10, no business with it, still slow. It may even keep consolidating within this channel here, this horizontal channel, or it may even break out here and then give us an entry when it retests around that area. So that is it on J10. Let's now go to gold and we call it a day. We still have about 14 minutes to close the analysis today. So gold, yeah, gold, I told you we knew that was a resistance, so it went all the way to grab liquidity on the early sellers right there, and I missed to make that entry because I knew that's the reason why I was waiting for that. So it went and grabbed the liquidity of the early sellers and then started to sell, and right about now it is trying to again test that area, because the general trend currently, according to H1 and M15, I believe, H1 needs sales, but M15 is trying to look for some buys. I don't know why we are looking for buys. I don't see anything left back apart from this on M5. Apart from that on M5, that is a fair value gap on M5 that was left back. So I can easily delete this for now and have that only on M5. So if it is going to look for that on M5, it's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. So if it breaks this level, if it breaks this order block and fails to continue with sales, then it's gonna come all the way to this fair value gap, which is according to M5. Yeah, then it will come for that. Then we can anticipate sales from there. So the move is very simple. It's like that. That is a move. But we can anticipate sales from there or from up there. That is on gold. That is on gold. That is on gold. So for now, no business with this. For now, I can't enter now. Where it is M1, because it's likely going to sell again. This was a good entry right here when it gave you a choke and then it came to test that change of character level. This was a good entry right here. Change of character, retest, and then it's now looking for a higher high, and it will come for a higher low and then continue like that according to M1 and M5. Right, that's it. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. let's do the recap and we call it a day. All right, so we started with crash 500, and I told you crash 500 we were looking for buys, and it has reached that level. So for now I'm going to add another entry. I'm going to add another entry for the buys. And this I'll put it right below here beside the stop loss. So I've added another entry because it has come where? It has come to that level that I was anticipating. So I'm anticipating buys. Why are we anticipating buys? Now, this is the reason why we are looking for buys. Remember, we had a change. We had not a change of character. We had a heads and shoulder right here when price reacted to this level right there. So we anticipated a heads and shoulder according to daily and weekly time frame right there. So all we need is buys now from that level. So weekly time frame, but this week has not yet ended, so it's likely to continue. Wow, this week has not yet, it's not even near ending, and we can see it's been selling hardly this day. So we have to wait today and see what happens, but this week is way far from being ending, so it is still a sell week. So let's wait and see what happens. Yeah, just like I thought. Let's wait and see. So this here, I'm starting to see that I may have entered a bit early. Wow, this is going to be a mess right there if I have entered a bit early. If I have entered a bit early, then it's gonna be a mess. This is going to be a mess right here. Yeah, it's likely to be a mess. It's likely to come all the way here. From the way it is moving, it's likely to come again right here. Wow. And I had overlooked that. So it's likely to come here, and then we get into the buys. So that tells you that we supposed to be having the stop loss all the way below. We entered a bit early. We needed to wait for this move. So if you have not yet entered, you can wait for this move to reach all the way here. So can I call in my losses for now? I think I should call in my losses and wait for a better entry. Yeah, I'm going to call in my losses. Let me first finish this and then we come in. So boom, 1,000. For it, it's way too early. We don't have anything. So if it doesn't give us a pullback, it's currently giving us higher highs and higher lows. So all you can do is wait for when it comes to the breaker block around here, and then you can make the entry for the buys. But remember, H1 is oversold. We needed some pullback to grab liquidity there, but we have. Apologies on that, and power had just gone. So apologies on that. Yeah, so boom 1000, like I've said, we need this, and that's what we have to wait for. Boom 500, we need to wait for boom 500. We want this, and you can see clearly it kept on moving. So if I go to M15, that resistance is still holding price, and currently if you see on M15, price is overbought or oversold, meaning we are going to come in with some sales. We're going to come in with some sales. So with some buys. So all we need is a confirmation for our entry right there, and then we can make that entry. So for now, no business with this. For now, we have no business with this asset right about here. All right, so let's now get to V25S. V25S, we need price to react from this level. We want price to react from this level. Then we can come in. With buys from that level or this level. So we have reached it, but it's still not yet enough for us to make an entry. So we wait. So we have that level and this level. Then V75, you can see what is happening. Price is not breaking that level, so it's still a no-go for us. Until then, we have no business with this. Maybe if it comes all the way back here or tries to break this level, tries to go down a bit, then you can enter. But until then, no business. Then jump 50, we are in profits. So if you can break even if you can, or you can reduce on your stop loss so that you don't lose a lot. Or you can, of course, you're already in profit, so you can take some if you want, or you can break even. But where we are, it's likely to give another pull, and then it continues to sell. So for now, I will just bring it a bit low around there and then leave it there for now. Then jump 25. All right, it has reached that level. This is M5. We wanted it to come down when it reaches there, and then we can look for buys from that level probably. So it has already reached that level. So are we going to see it happen? That's a matter of time as we wait. So for now, leave it. J10, same thing. It is likely to keep consolidating within this horizontal channel, so no business with it. Leave it. Gold, I need it to continue. I may not enter buys here where it is, unless if it comes a bit down again, I may not enter now. So, but we know that we will be looking for sales. That is a general trend according to H1 and M15. That's what we'll be looking for. And our focus for today is going to be on J50. Let's see, probably even J25. If it gives us this kind of a pullback, then we can look for J25 also, because we know it's going to look for this buy. We need this buy there. J50, J25, V75, not really. It's not in the shape to give us an entry. Yeah, V25S is gonna give us this move, so you don't need to miss out this trade right here. And this trade you can even take profits right here. First TP, then second TP, right about there. That will be your second TP right there. So this is coming. This right here is gonna give us some good money. V25S. Can we enter now? Yeah, we are about to make an entry according to M5. We waiting for M5 to give us that entry, then we make that buy move. Yeah, so V25S, jump 50 and then jump 25. Crash 500, for it is in losses already, so I wouldn't ask you to focus on it unless it comes back here. So for me, I'm already in losses. I failed to close early when it was there, when I told you it's gonna come here, so it's going to take me out, and then it continues with sells. So this is going to be some morning loss that I am going to incur while I'm seeing it. Yeah, that is the loss that I'm going to incur currently. So you can focus on crash when it comes here, and then you enter those buys within the channel here, because it is within the channel. You enter those buys within the channel until you don't hold for long, because until we break out of this channel, you can't hold for long. In as much as we want buys, you have to know that it can easily do what? It can easily come again down, so even within this channel. So you have to know that and keep on taking your profits. So for now, focus on crash 500, V25S, J50 and J25. Those are the ones I'm going to be focusing on. Gold, unless it gives me what I want, but I'm not going to focus on it. So I have these that I'll be focusing on. This is the one I'm actually waiting for. It has to give us this money today. This one right here is one that is about to give us an entry and give us money. Yeah, V25S. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.